What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a pharmacy. This is the refresh series version of a pharmacy. And here it is. As per usual, this will have an interior, not in this particular part though. And this also works with the barbershop, laundromat, whatever else there was. I forget. I feel like there was a third. But maybe this was the third and I'm just dumb. Yeah, looks like it actually was. Huh, interesting. And also here is the inside, just a brief sneak peek of it. But yeah, that's all, I guess. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. You know, this is the first build I've had to look up to see if I had a remake version of, and turns out I do. Here's the original anyway. I don't know what's happening with the floor in there. I have no comments for this one, though. And here's the apparently forgotten remake. I actually don't mind this too much. I don't know why I forgot about it. But when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, true. It just didn't pop up in my mind originally. Anyway, here are all the materials you'll be needing for this build. Alrighty, and the space for me of this is a 15 by 46. Now, if you do not have the barbershop and laundromat, just ignore this first little bit, because I'm going to explain both how to do it from the grid space and also from the next to the other ones. So just get out smooth stone slabs, gray concrete, yellow concrete, and sandstone. And starting from the front left-hand corner of your 15 by 46 grid coffee made to get to the front corner of the actual building itself, you're going to start with a smooth stone slab. Behind it in the floor, break 3 gray concrete in, then a yellow, then 6 gray. Beyond that, a smooth stone slab not in the floor. Beyond that, is it 3 sandstone? Yes, 3 sandstone in the ground like so. And then from there you count back 1 and right by 2, and this will be where you start. Alternatively, both the barbershop and the other one, the laundromat, have kind of flat walls. Now, the one thing is basically the flat portion of the wall should be directly next to this. And so, technically the grid doesn't actually matter in that case, because you would start a block over, if that makes sense, because the barber or laundromat would be kind of in line with it. The one thing with the barbershop that I'll actually go show you real quick, if I can recall correctly, is this right side is pushed in, and so what that means is if you're building to the right of it, you would start here next to this hopper rather than next to the terracotta directly. But laundromat, you just start next to the terracotta. There's nothing weird there. Barbershop has that just so that pole would work properly. Hey, look, it's me. But anyway, yeah, that's just all. So starting from this corner, you want to get out the following. Terracotta, which I already have. Bricks. Where are bricks? There we go. I clicked on the wrong thing. Stripped warped hyphae. Stems would work if it makes a difference for you. Smooth quartz blocks. Smooth quartz stairs. Black stained glass panes. Black stained glass blocks. Warped doors. And cyan concrete. Sure, why not? I kept switching things, man. So from this particular block you would start on, which again, from the sandstone to be back to right one, you'll start with a terracotta. And then again, you would just have the row right here, like this would be your laundromat, this would be your barbershop. Right? Yeah. From that, you'll go right with a stripped warped hyphae facing up. And then extend that forward by 1. Right of that one, in the ground, you want to do 7 sideways stripped warped hyphae. Facing left to right. Again, in the floor. Beyond that, a stripped warped hyphae not in the floor, and then another one behind it. Each of these upward facing hyphaes, or stems, whatever, you'll bring up by 3. And then from the bottom ones here, you're going to go, why is that trippy, the white concrete on that parking lot over there? You'll extend in from either side with an upside down smooth quartz stair facing forward. Block, upside down stair, block. Like so. You'll do the same connecting those top front hyphaes, but these stairs are facing, or are just regular stairs, not upside down. Like so. Each smooth quartz block you'll connect up and down with black stained glass blocks, and these stairs you'll connect together with panes. And then it'll give you this fun little ridged look. I've been growing more and more fond of this. I don't know why, like having the panes either side of the glass. I think it looks nice. At the right side from this back row of stripped warped hyphae, you'll extend right with 2 warped doors and then a terracotta. Above either door, black glass. And then above, actually both end terracottas, which would be this one right here and the one that you started with, you'll extend up with 7 bricks each. You'll want to place just 1 row of bricks over the black glass where the doors are. And on top of the kind of window section here, the front row of it, you'll place 2 rows of cyan concrete. That cyan will extend right an additional 2 rows, and that'll kind of give you this. Well, it won't kind of. It will give you this. You can get rid of everything but your terracotta and your bricks. And in addition, get out smooth quartz slabs, black concrete, pale oak trapdoors, warped stairs, end rods. Not me forgetting where they are. They're there. And wither skeleton skulls. Did I have the end rods? Okay, I did. Going left to right or right to left over top of the cyan concrete here doesn't matter. Connecting these bottom bricks together, you'll place 1 brick, smooth quartz slab, 3 bricks, smooth quartz slab, 3 bricks, smooth quartz slab, 1 brick. Copy that row 1 more time, but you want upside down slabs instead of not upside down slabs. And then from there, you will basically behind each of those slabs just place black concrete. You can add a little space up here if you want. I never do, it's just kind of the windows are for decoration. Off of those top smooth quartz slabs here, these upside down ones, you'll place pale oak trapdoors in front, kind of just sticking off the top. You can then crouch and place warp stairs on top of those that just face forward. From the bottom half of each window, you'll leave a 1 block gap extending out in really both directions, and you'll place an end rod coming off of the wall. It'll be on the 2 furthest like end bricks, and then it'll just be kind of in the center of those gaps of 3 between the windows. And then off the front of those, you'll place wither skeleton skulls. They should hopefully place. I don't see why Java wouldn't let them, but there are some weird differences between the two, so I never truly know anymore. You want to take both sides of this build, and you want to extend the terracottas back by 28. And then connect together at the back. Same thing though, if you have the other ones next to it, the back should just be in line. Again, except for I think the right side of the barber shop, or it might be the left, is off. I want to say it's the right, where it's like a block in as well. I don't know why. But you'll then place your, what, 6 rows of bricks? 7 rows of bricks on top of each terracotta. And yeah. I had to count that 28 number, like, middle of this. That was really awkward to do, and I was shocked that I got it right, can't even lie. But it was right, so it's all that matters. It's like, surely I'll be 1 off. Surely it'd be 27 to 29. But it was not. Which is exciting. I like these refresh. This like set of them that all work together. Might be my favorite set. I also have the donut shop, which is like the other side of the street technically for this. And then I have record store, which I should have put on that side, but I paired it with these. But that one's not for a while. I have no idea when donut is. It very well could be the next one. I don't think it is, but it might be. Anywho, you should end up with this. We'll get to the banner letters in a second. I just don't really like banner letters very much, so I'm not doing it yet. But you can clear your inventory and get out the following to finish off everything but those banner letters with the main build. Or structure, I guess I'll say. Deep slate bricks. Deep slate brick stairs and gray carpet. On top of each top brick block, and I guess these upside down smooth quartz slabs are included, you will place deep slate bricks. Around the perimeter, you'll place upside down deep set brick stairs facing out. Just make sure you kind of leave the blocks alone where the warp stairs are. They just kind of cut through it almost. Like so. And then you can pick to do, or select to do this or not. On top of each of those deep set brick stairs, and including the warp stairs, you'll place gray carpet. I just did that to actually kind of close off above those warp stairs. It's very thin, it's very unnoticeable. But I think it makes an improvement. Like so, and then the middle of the top of the roof you'll fill in with deep set bricks. And then that's everything but the banner letters. Yippee. At least for the build, obviously there's still the parking lot and stuff. Although if you are making these next to the other ones, just literally extend it. Like, it's not... It's nothing revolutionary going on in this particular one. And I try to line up the parking spaces in the order based on how I've been doing them. So, although I don't know if that stays... No, I think it does, because I think I actually marked the record store intentionally, like, in a different world to do that. Because it's, like, way over yonder somewhere. I have no idea. That should give you this. You can then clear those things out of your inventory and get out a loom. Where is the loom? Oh my goodness. It's somewhere. It's definitely in here. But in addition to the loom, which I just found, you also want cyan banners, and then you want 3 dye colors. You want white, cyan, and red. Smack your loom aggressively on the floor. That's still the only way you can do it. And you can start with your first cyan banner and your white dye. You'll do the line down the right, which is Pale Sinister. Pop in a cyan, do the full bottom half of cyan, which is Perfess inverted. White back in, line down the left, which is Pale Dexter. Line across top and line across middle, which is Chief Fess and just Fess. Next banner in, line through the center again, which is Fess. Line down left and right, which is Pale Dexter and Pale Sinister. Next one, line across top with white, which is Chief Fess. Cyan in, do the lozenge, or the like diamond looking pattern. White dye back in, line down right and left again, and also line through center again. Next one, oh brother, I love the art, it's my favorite. The line down the right with white, you'll do which is Pale Sinister. Full bottom half is cyan, which is Perfess inverted. And then it's pretty much the same as the P from here. Well, I guess it's still the same because the star was as well. Line across center left to right, line across top, line down left, and then that diagonal from top left to bottom right is the final step. Next one in, you will do the inverted chevron, which is the triangle at the top with white dye. Put in a cyan to do the weird teeth at the top, which is Chief indented. White dye back in, line down right and left, which is Pale Sinister and Pale Dexter. Next one will be another A, but we already have that. So after that is C, which there's one extra thing with this. Start with a line down the right, which is Pale Sinister. Cyan dye in, just the line through the center, which would be Fess. White dye back in, and then you'll do line across top and bottom, which is Chief and Base Fess. Line down left, which is Pale Dexter. 2 more. Y banner. You're going to do the line down the center, which is Pale, and then that funny little triangle at the top again, which is inverted chevron. Cyan dye in, you'll do the Chief indented pattern again? Yeah, the teeth at the top. That's my Y banner. I can't live with just doing a lowercase and no uppercase, so there you go. Next one, you'll put the cyan banner in, and you'll do the red. Are you starting with red? Hold on, I think so. No, yeah, you would have to, duh. And with the red, you're going to do the pale pattern, which is the line down the center. Cyan dye in, you'll do the border pattern, which is the border, or whatever. Red dye back in, line across the center, which is Fess. And then that's all your banners, so you can get rid of your loom. And going off this top row of cyan concrete left to right, you'll leave a gap, then place your P, H, A, that is not right, there we go, R, M, A again, C, Y, and then your like red plus T shape. And that should give you this. Cool. You can then get rid of everything and make sure you leave no evidence, aka dyes in your inventory. I mean, you can, it doesn't matter. I always forget about them, so it's not the end of the world. Next up, so again, now all that's left is this road, and if you have the other ones that you're building this next to, literally just take that and drag it over. You don't really need me to help with this, although if you would like it. Smooth stone slabs, sandstone, three concrete colors, which will be gray, yellow, and white. And then your cherry petals, or pink petals, I think they're actually called. Yes. Drag both smooth stone slab lines across the front of the grid, which should be 14 across. Please note that I always make this based on the grid spacing, so it'll take up the full grid space regardless. Because of the fact when you would have the others on the side of this, you wouldn't have this side row of deep set brick stairs. You wouldn't actually have this as far, because it would be connecting into something. So just keep that in mind as you follow these, that there is a row of overlap. I'm going to break this whole front portion for the, like, road, which would be just between those two slab rows. God, I'm dying over here. Not actually, I'm good. Just eating all the grass. Munch. It's definitely how we exterminate. We just, every block that doesn't drop, we just eat. Bite it with our teeth. Bring the yellow concrete here all the way across, along with the 3 rows of gray either side of it, which is front and back. Leave the back 3 alone, because we got parking spaces to add. You can add them on both sides if you want. I only do one side, because, I don't know. But technically, again, if you would have buildings on the other side, then you would have spots on that side. Although you can actually see here, on this one, I have the lines on the far side, which would line up with this. So, yeah. But from this row of gray, like the back 3, I'll place a row of white to the right. That is not white concrete. Then 5 rows of gray, row of white, 5 rows of gray, row of white, and then you'll end with a row of gray. That's symmetrical. I don't know if I made that symmetrical or if I followed something, but that's how it is. Each of the 3 rows of sandstone behind the little road, you'll just drag all the way across through the grid as well, which should just, again, be to the end slab there, which is 14 across or something like that. I don't know. I just work here. And then you'll also bring the sandstone back a row where the warp doors are. On these sides, in these little, on these little grass blocks, you'll just place pink petals. Do whatever amount you want. Technically, like, you would have grass here as well that you'd be placing them on, which I guess I'll do. But make sure your amounts vary just to make it a little bit more interesting. Before we end, this is not important, but I'm doing it anyway. Lycrite terracotta, just under the doors. Just break the blocks under the doors, replace it with Lycrite terracotta, and place your warp doors back on. It's going to bother me if I don't do it now and I do it in the interior like normal, so I think I'm just going to start doing this in these parts, because, yeah. But anyway, once we've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the exterior of your Refresh Series Pharmacy complete. Interior should be soon. Just like looking at it, is there anything fun to say about this? I don't know. It's an interesting interior. Not the best I've made, not the worst I've made either. Anyway, that is all. So, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day or night. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.